Hello, my name is Dr. Shawn Anderson, and I am a conflict management coach. I do some training, consulting, coaching, in the area of conflict management, emotional intelligence, interpersonal communication. I was struggling with, the client conversation. What do you do when you get somebody on the phone and you're trying to answer questions, you have no idea what those questions are, or just basically being an entrepreneur in my mind is still dealing with a lot of uncertainty and dealing with things that you have to adapt quickly. You have to be able to adjust and pivot and all of that. And I found myself kind of getting stuck in my head and not freezing, basically is what I was doing. I was getting caught up in the think between the ears and not taking action, which of course is not going to help you develop and improve. Um, I think the biggest thing was being able to take action after making a decision. And so it was kind of a 1-2 punch, if you will. One, making that decision, and by decide, not getting lost in is this the right one, and going back and reevaluating and all that, but just making the decision and sticking with it, and then following up on that and taking action. With the daily activities, and the what you refer to as kind of reprogramming the beliefs. You actually mention it. You say, don't try too hard. But that for me was actually one of the challenges, and I didn't even realize it. I was trying not to try hard, but and it's hard to describe. It's almost one of those things that you kind of you need to experience it before you really understand it. I could talk about it all day, but it wouldn't do it justice. But even when you're trying not to try hard, and you go through these steps that you had me do, you're still trying. It's almost like just by thinking of the fact that hey, I'm not going to try hard. You find yourself going, okay, what is this, and how is this supposed to do different things? And so, probably about the first half, I want to say that uh, I just had to trust in the process, and I just, was doing the activities as you outlined, and taking the action on them. And then slowly, over the course of completing the weeks and a couple of our conversations, just to make sure I was on track, those subtle changes started to take place. And the other thing I noticed is that the trying to not try is once you kind of get accustomed to it, and it's just like it's an exercise, that's where the not trying really starts to kick in. And that's where you start to just, you just, okay, this is what I'm doing. And so you do it. And then it's, then you're really not trying, and you just allow the process to take over. Well, it's the subtle differences. When I refer to that, I mean um, it it's almost like you do this stuff, and it's not like putting on a shirt or writing a book. It's not like an activity that you do and then you see this solid outcome from it. It's rather sneaky, in the sense that you do it, and then you go on with your day, and it's upon reflection that you see how these changes take place slowly over time, and you realize that there's an improvement taking place. Uh, well, where I feel like now is is more grounded. I feel like I'm taking, when I make a decision, I give myself the opportunity to review the facts that I have at hand, and what are the circumstances, what is it that that I'm trying to achieve, and then I'm more comfortable with that decision, and then I'm more comfortable with with having conversation. So and part of what I'll share is the way that it feels. I mean, when I was, what I recall from when we first started talking about this, and one of my challenges was this knot in my stomach, this feeling of anxiety, and there's still that feeling, but it's not as tight, and I wouldn't even describe it as anxiety so much as it's kind of looking at it from a different angle, and that same feeling is really related now to more of excitement about looking forward to what are these challenges. Let's look at them as being something that is new. It's a learning experience for myself as well, and so it's the negative talk about what the possibilities could be really don't pop up as easily. I mean, they can still be there, but I kind of acknowledge them and move on, and try to focus on the positive ones as they bubble to the surface. Like, hey, I wonder what what will be brought up in the conversation, or what is it might I learn about somebody, or I wonder if they could become a great new friend. I mean, it's more focused on the positive outcomes that can come out of it than, oh, I might make a mistake, because I mean, that's where I think a lot of my, my personality even is driven about being accurate and factual. And I found myself being more forgiving to myself. Give it a shot. I mean, it's not a huge time commitment. There were the daily activities are 15 minutes or less. And then you have the weekly reprogramming sessions, which, if I recall, correct me if I'm off on this, but I think that they were about maybe 30, 40 minutes. It wasn't, again, I believe I did most of mine on the weekend, a Saturday or a Sunday, and then it was a week or two before doing another one, depending on our conversation. So as far as time commitment goes, it really, it's not a huge time commitment, and the outcomes can be, like I said, they're subtle. They kind of slip in there, and it can really provide some positive, outcomes. It can really give you that boost. And if you're not doing anything to see that improvement, you're either going to be where you are or worse 6 weeks from now, or you can try this out, take the course, and find yourself in a very different place 6 weeks from now.